This is a South Jamaica Queen story.
Did you see Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Episode 1? Let me tell you, I think it was good. It was good, so we're going to get into this review. Okay, this episode gives the backstory of Kanan being raised in Southside Jamaica, Queens. Big up to everybody that lives in Queens, especially Southside Jamaica. Jamaica, Queens is the it spot to definitely go shopping. And let me tell you, it shows Kanan being a child growing up in the 80s. And they give the backstory of Kanan and his first playground fights. Have you ever heard the saying where your parents say, if you ever get into a fight, either you deal with me or you deal with them? That was a thing back in the day growing up in the hood. And let me tell you, at the end of the day, Kanan first fight, and in the playground, Kanan got his butt beat down. And while during the fight, Kanan was showing heart at the playground because he kept getting back up. He never stayed down, but he kept getting beat down. And while another kid was holding his cousin Jukebox for preventing from helping. And I said this fight, what I think it was a fair fight. It was a one-on-one fight. Nobody was really jumping. So, but Kanan could not hold his own with this fight. So, Kanan ran all the way home. And he says in the hood show no love for people who runs from a fight. So that means they gonna keep messing with you and keep messing with you if you keep running away from a fight. But the one thing I like, he held his own. He ran all the way home and was crying. And his mother was at the table with her boyfriend at the time. So she leaves her boyfriend to go check on her son. And Kanan was like, they stole my money. At the time, a lot of kids brought money to school. So, and they would splurge on their friends. That was really a thing back then, okay? Kanan's mother, Raq, was like, how did they know they even know you had money? You was showing your money? He was like, no. She was like, was you talking about it? And he never answered. So the mother said, we going back to that part, right? And she put the batteries in the socks. I said not the batteries in the socks. That's like also, you could put rocks in the socks too. That works either way. And she said, we going back to that part. And we gonna finish handling this business. She was like, either you face them or you face me. The choice, let me tell you, don't get it twisted with parents that was growing up back in the day. Parents back in the day got hands. Don't be fooled by old school parents, okay? No matter if they in the church or not. Don't get fooled. So the mother drives to the park. And she gives Kanan the socks with the batteries. And she stands there at the entrance. And as Kanan was about to move forward, he looked back at his mama. This gave Kanan heart that his mother was standing there. He came near to the park and the boys saw him coming. And he was like, you back for more? Kanan grew the heart of David because he swung that sock with the battery and started welling on the boys. They felt sorry and terrible. What I like about this scene is the mother just stood there and watched him handle his own business as a son. She did not really intervene. She let him handle his own business on his own. And Kanan left those boys in tears. Because they didn't want no part of the sock and the battery beating on them. I know that had to hurt. Batteries really hurt. And this is the part where his name was becoming well known in the streets when he beat down the two boys with the socks and the batteries. Now, as a parent, would you have done the same thing? Took your children back to the park to handle their business so they could fight the opponent? Or you would have just left it alone? Let me tell you something. If you continue to let people bully you, they will never go away. And they're going to continue to bully you until you fight back. And this is how Kanan got his name in the streets. And they give the backstory of Kanan being a genius. Because his mother comes up to the school to talk to the principal. Because the principal wants to get Kanan into a specialized high school in New York named Stuyvesant. And that is really big. And another top school is Brooklyn Tech. Those are the most top schools that a lot of people try to get into. It's Brooklyn Tech and Stuyvesant High School. And for you to get in these schools, you have to be very, very intelligent, okay? Because they just don't accept anybody. So, at this point, the principal wants to get Kanan into Stuyvesant High School. And at this point, I think it was the beginning in the development of the school being new. Because she was like, it's a $1 million building. They got like 5 gyms. They got major science labs. And Kanan was actually impressed after she said that. And Raq has a different plan for her son. She wants her son to get into a specialized school and to get out of the hood. That is Raq's dream for Kanan. But Kanan has other plans. He really don't want to leave the school that he's in to go to this high sedity school. And I think that's crazy. Cause I said that shows that Kanan is very intelligent, but he rather live in the street life. And to me, I have heard there is very smart people in prison. So the principal want to get Kanan prepared for the standardized test so he could take it to get into Stuyvesant. So they get out of the office, and Raq is very impressed about this. And there's a fight breaking out in the hallway, and then she stops and sees the astrology in the hallway. It's the astrology of Cassiopeia, which is a Greek mythology of one of the gods throwing the mermaids into the sky because she was more prettier than his other women's. First of all, I love history. That is my subject that I like over anything. I love studying the Roman Empire, the Greek mythology. And I believe these things are real in real life. People don't just make this up. I think before we ever was born on this earth, a lot of things have happened over time. That's why we have these stories. I don't think people are making up stories. I really think these things actually exist before we came. That's just my opinion. And to me, Raq is in sync with the stars in the universe. And love the backstories of what the stars means. The mother wants Kanan to have a different life. She wants him to become a CEO of a company and get out of the hood. Like, son, I want better for you. Your life is my life. If you fly high, I fly high. And Raq beeper actually goes off. And she got to leave. She tell her son she loves her and she kiss him goodbye. And she bounced. Let me tell you, New York is known for performance arts and talent. Okay? For drawing, singing, dancing. New York has a lot of programs for gifted kids and for people who are in the hood. You have Kanan in the back of the class listen to this girl sing, and it is his cousin Jukebox. And let me tell you, Jukebox has a voice of an angel, but he says, but Kanan make it be known, don't be fooled by her voice. She is tough as it can be, and she know how to handle herself. So this bring back memories of being in school because Kanan and everybody was in the lunch. And Kanan was standing on line and he met his school crush who they been going to school since the 1st grade. Davina Harrison. He's like, every school has a Davina Harrison, okay? And she actually dating a drug dealer, $120. Every school has a girl like Davina Harrison who has a boyfriend like $120, who dress fly and most popular amongst everybody. I wouldn't know this because I was never popular in school, okay? I was never popular in school. So, Davina and Kanan is actually talking online. So, Davina actually think his mom is pretty, and what she is a pretty lady. And she feel like Kanan Jeans is taking after his mom. He like, I don't know, because my father could have been ugly. I always heard this saying, that you have to have one ugly parent and one good looking parent to create a good looking child. I don't know if that's true or not, but I always heard that saying. And Davina is like, that's not even true, because she heard rumors about his father. Like, if his father used to be that dude back in the day, and they ain't gonna let no ugly dude run the streets like that. Like, his father had the streets on lock. So, you meet Candace's crew in the lunchroom. First of all, to me, the lunch period was the best part of school. I was a person who never liked school. But lunch was always good to me. You get to sit down and socialize with the people you hang out with in school and eat with them and kick it with them. So, him and his crew in Jukebox is sitting at the table. So, D-Wiz is creating a beat. Like, boom, 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 boom. And Sean, a.k.a. Figueroa, which is famous, and they call him a.k.a. Famous Figueroa because he wrote a poem for a radio station contest and actually won. And Sean is basically talking about he'll take everybody ladies because he is that dude. And he is Puerto Rican. And you know how Puerto Rican people are. They feel like they the sexiest thing alive, and they ain't nothing but a bunch of freaks. They are a bunch of freaks, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I like. So, Jukebox catch Kanan looking at his crush across from the lunchroom, and Jukebox asks him, how long you been crushing on her? He was like, since the 2nd grade, and he was like, how long she been curving you? He was like, since the 1st grade. Alright? And Jukebox is like, why you don't move on and find somebody else? And Kanan is like, he would never move on. From my point of view from the lunchroom, it looked like Kanan was envying $120 because he was this big time drug dealer and he had the most popular girl in Queens. That's just my opinion. So we at the hospital in Jamaica, Queens. Somebody crew shot at Raq crew, and one of her mans named Reddy got hit in the leg. So to me, at the scene at the hospital, Raq actually comes off like she's a nice, wholesome woman who is in this drug business and she know how to take care of her people. The man got hurt. And she said, I would take care of your hospital bill. I like that. To me, Raq is a stand-up woman in my eyes, even though she's doing illegal stuff that is hurting the community. But I think she know how to treat her crew good. And you have Uncle Lulu and Uncle Marvin there. They give her the rundown on what happened. A lot of drug dealers is not going to do that. They're not going to care what happened to their mans at the end of the day. And she says she's going to handle it. She want to know what happened to Marvin, that he was not around when this happened. And Marvin gives him the rundown that people from Harlem is moving in on their turf. And they hurting in these streets. So she leaves and says she got to handle some things. And Marvin is eating the guy's applesauce. I said, I would have told him to put my applesauce down. I like, that's the only good thing in the hospital is the applesauce. The applesauce is good. But anything else is not really that great. Have you ever had hospital food? It's terrible. But the only good thing I have is the applesauce. You not eating that. Baby, I like put my applesauce down. No. Put it down. I don't care if you the boss, brother. Put my applesauce down. Okay, you have Jukebox, Famous, and Kanan all at the pizza shop. Jukebox and Famous is actually playing Street Fighter. And Jukebox is Chung-Li. I beat the bad guy, okay? First of all, I like Chung-Li, okay? And Jukebox actually beat Sean. Famous in the game of Street Fighter. So they going for a second round. So he goes, so she can whip his butt again. If not, it's nothing like playing a competition and talking junk to each other. I think black people got that packed down when they playing the game. They know how to talk mad stuff to you, honey. And they don't play when they be talking crap to you. They be real serious about it. So Kanan actually goes to get more quarters. And he looks out the window and he sees Nick. And Nick is the biggest drug dealer in South Jamaica. And everybody want to be down with him. And D-Wiz coming over talking about his car is bulletproof. I like, get out of here. That car is not bulletproof at the end of the day. It could be, but it don't look like it is. I said kids and their stories. They always got stories to tell. I tell you. They be coming up with the craziest thing. And he said it's bulletproof. Somebody in Utah does it for him. See an old footage of the Twin Towers. Lulu and Raq drove from Queens all the way to Manhattan to go see Hugo. There's a white lady apprentice there with her dog Bella. And she is all over the place. She like, who are y'all? Hugo is not here. He's on a mental break leave. Yeah. And right off the bat, Raq and the white lady do not get along. Cause she was like, oh, I'm his publicist. I know who you are. She's like, we're not gonna be using y'all. Y'all dirt, y'all drugs is dirty. That is some ghetto dirty stuff. She said she was no longer gonna be doing business with them, but using her contact. Raq was not happy with the lady was saying. Raq tells her brother to get the white lady. Because she was like, you don't know me. And the white lady is screaming, like, I ain't scared of you. Yo, I'm done. That lady was out of control. Lulu put her to the side to talk to her. Raq actually goes to the bar and meet the bartender. So the bartender tells Raq that she is the absolute worst. And Raq was like, she was about to get her butt whipped. She don't know who she messing with, alright? We straight hood over here. Jamaica, Queens, South Side, you heard? And the bartender is on Raq's side. He like, nobody is going to shed no tear over her. Handle yours at the end of the day. So, Raq was like, I've never seen you here before. And the bartender was like, I work here 2 days a week. He was like, I study at City College. And he's taking up urban planning. So at this point, Raq and the bartender is flirting with each other. Raq is like, I'm urban and I have plans. Okay? She's trying to shoot her shot with the bartender. I ain't mad at her. And they hoping to see each other again. Lulu said we gotta go. Hugo is not here. It is Wednesday night and it is family night. And every Wednesday night, Kanan's family dines out at Lamont's Diner. That is their thing. So the family is actually at the diner praising Jukebox singing. And then Raq actually brought up Kanan going to Stuyvesant. And then here come Uncle Marvin saying, what about you, Jukebox? They were like, they did bring the opportunity to her. But the father actually is killing Jukebox's future. Because he like, oh, the white people ain't going to give you an opportunity. Because that's not where you belong. I like, hold up. Why is a parent killing a child's future before he even got started? You're supposed to inspire, encourage your children to do better. I, as a parent, would never kill my children's dream. If a principal brought the opportunity for my kid to go to a better school, best to believe we preparing for that test, okay? Best to believe I don't care if there's white people there. You better move over, white people, because I'm in the room now. You better get used to me, because I ain't going nowhere, okay? You can't kill a black child's future because there's white racist people in this world. You have to prepare your children how to deal with the white racist people and still make it in this world. It's like you gonna cut their future off every time there's white people around? No, boo. The world does not mean you kill your children's dreams of becoming something better than you could ever be. What are we doing here? What are we teaching the children here? Okay? I don't understand. Now, Marvin wants Jukebox to take the test. Now, Jukebox is like, she too old. Really? I cannot. She really too old? I can't with these people. People just be killing their own future because they're afraid of succeeding in life, which is ridiculous. So, Sean pops up with a lady. And Kanan's like, oh, you know you're not here by coincidence. You know we hang out here all the time. Bring up a chair and sit down. And Marvin was like, who the lady? He like, I know you paying her to be around you. And Sean is like, that's my sister. So, Jessica, Sean's sister, is actually exchanging words with Marvin. Marvin's like, I've never seen you around here. Yeah, she like, I'll be with my father in Baltimore. And come up to New York to work and go to school. And Marvin like, you a working lady? And let me tell you, Jessica could hold her own because she came back with the quick back. She like, I heard you like working ladies. And Raq actually liked Jessica. She's like 30 minutes in, she's definitely out of your league. And let me tell you, did you see Lulu? Lulu looked like he fell in love with Jessica. He was just staring at the girl. Child, did you see Lulu face? Lulu looked like he fell in love with Jessica. I tell you. So they all put up a seat and they eat and they having a good time. They finish eating, they outside. There's actually a myth about drug dealers making money. A lot of you hear about the glamour about drug dealers getting all the money. At the end of the day, they are real drug dealers that sell products and they don't know how to run the business. And actually, they are not making profit and basically giving their product away. There are real people like that in real life. So, Marvin is saying that they trying to keep up with the Joneses. So, their business is actually in the red. It's down. It's no good. No go. Okay, everybody is outside. Sean is like, I don't want your uncle messing with my sister. She not built for this life. So, a car drives by and actually shooting up in the air. Everybody ducks down. Lulu actually covers Jessica. Jessica is shocked. She's like, ain't no man ever did that for me. Yeah. Yeah, Jessica is shocked that a man actually protect her. That is crazy. I said, if parents is about to be about this drug life, you have to keep your children informed of what is going on with your business, whether they're part of it or not. Because if you have enemies, your enemies definitely going to be coming after your children. I need to know who your enemy is so I can know who I'm looking at, who's coming after me, and what face I can recognize. So I can know how to move in these streets. Alright? So, Raq actually checks on her son and asks him if he's alright. And Kanan like, I know who shot at her. She's like, you don't know nothing. What you think you know. He like, I know more than you what you think I know. He like, I know you speaking code, which is mathematics and alphabets, and the 5% speak it. I don't know this language. Please don't speak no other language. I can barely speak English. Please. Don't speak nothing to me other than little English. That's it. Little English. Child. I don't do pig lion either. Okay. I don't do big nothing, don't speak nothing. At this point, Kanan is begging his mother to let him in the game. He want to be part of this drug game. And the mother want him to be in the books. Why would a child want to be part of this business? I have no idea. I don't know. Because I would have a problem of me looking over my shoulder every time somebody coming for me. So Kanan is trying very hard to plead his case. He said, if you would have died, what would happen to me? And she was like, you would go live with your grandmother. Kanan is like, if you wanted me to go live with my grandmother, you would have sent me there. Clearly you want me here with you. Or you would have already sent me to my grandmother, which have better schools. I'm trying to make it make sense. Why Raq did not buy her mother the house so they could keep it in the family. So if the mother was to pass away, they could move into that house instead of renting out the house for the grandmother. That's what I was trying to comprehend. I didn't get it. Kanan is actually crying. Yo, I never seen a kid want to be put into the game so bad. I didn't even know that thing actually even. It is the next day. Jukebox Sean and Kanan is waiting for the bus. They're about to go to school. Jukebox reassures Kanan, if your mother says she's going to fix it, that's what is going to be done. Sean is talking mad wild and giving Kanan bad advice. He like, if it was me, if I don't want to go to that fancy school, I would fail the test on purpose. Oh my God. Let me tell you, somebody gave my son that advice. Let me tell you, I would have had to have a conversation with the parent in him. Cause like, don't be giving my son that type of advice. Tell him to flunk the test so he won't go to a good school. Are you crazy? So, Kanan is actually listening to Sean. And he is going to do exactly that. So, he won't go to the rich, fancy school. Raq is having a business meeting with Nick, another drug dealer in the game. And they're making business deals. And it comes to find out, Nick is taking over for his brother, who's is upstate and doing life in prison. So now, the brother is running the game. And he want to know what happened between the deal between his brother and Post. And Raq makes it known to Nick that Post deals are not her deals. They're renegotiating deals. She was like, you get the blocks 140 to 143. And she gets the blocks to 144 to Suffolk Boulevard. And the reason why they renegotiating terms is because he sent the message. I like, first of all, if you want to send a message, you don't go shooting in the air at me. That's not how you get at me. You send a message, you do what other people do. Send your messenger and tell me by word. You don't go freaking putting your weapon in the air to send me a message. This is not what we do. Raq was like, I don't get on my knees for nobody. And she quotes a post that Post used to say. She said, once you get on your knees, it's impossible to barely get back on your feet. And I actually agree with Raq on this one. So Nick want to know why she get extra block. He like, yo, even though you was sending a message, you came for my family. Nah, that's it. And Raq ain't trying to start no turf war, okay? Because she like, my crew is ready to rumble in these streets with you for doing what you did. And both Nick and Raq cannot afford a turf war, okay? Because their business is basically both hurting. And they basically need each other at this point. So they both agree to the terms. The white girl is at home getting her freak on. They having jungle fever in the bedroom because she is screwing a black man. Alright? And let me tell you, homegirl is putting her work in. At the end of the day, something must be smelling in her house because she smelled the odor. She like, what is that smell? The odor had to be so strong because she stopped what she was doing. Okay? To go check out what that smell was. And on my car, I like, why y'all do the dog like that? Why y'all do that dog like that? Y'all didn't have to do the dog like that. Somebody then cook the damn dog, put the dog in the microwave. I like, oh hell no. Oh hell no. It definitely would have been a war. Because you cooked my damn dog, we would have had all kind of problems. All hell would have broke loose. I like, why y'all do that dog like that? Y'all didn't have to do that. That was crazy. That was crazy. But I guess a part of this game, there ain't no rules to this game. So the man that killed the dog brings back the evidence to Raq. Kanan is in a pizza shop with his friends, and he see Raq 20 and the crew on his mother block. And his friends are hyping the situation, not knowing what the situation is. They're like, oh, here comes Sean, hyping the thing up. Talking about, oh, they shot at us. Now, they moving on your mama turf. And Kanan is feeling some kind of way. Child. And D Wiz is not making it easy. He like, at home, he got some things that they can go handle it if you want to. How you want to move. And Kanan is like, D Wiz is about that life. He not like these other twos. Pretend like they ready to go to war and they punking out. Okay? And I said, this is how it could have been prevented if you make your children aware of what's going on, even though they're not in the business. It just make it better for everybody so a mess won't be created. Inform your children if you're going to be in this type of business, child. Jukebox is at the bus stop listening to old school music, which I like. And she sees the person she looking for. And it's a white girl with her two other friends. And she stops in front of them. And the white girl friends is like, what's going on? What can we help you with? And then the girl that Jukebox is there for introduce her. And she tells them that they both was in a choir competition. That's how they met each other. And one girl was trying to say, ain't you in class with so-and-so? And Juba like, no, I go to school in Jamaica. And one of the white girls say something I would have said. I would have said what she said. I like, you go to school in Jamaica, the islands? Yo, I thought that was dumb hilarious. But she like, no, she go to school in Jamaica, Queen. You have Jukebox and the white girl on the roof. And the white girl is explaining to her about the dead bull. And it's about them showing the white girls to rich white men their talents. I assume that's what that is. And Jukebox is saying that rich black people have the same thing. It's called Jack and Jill. The white girl actually invited her to the death ball. She said, I want you to come. Because Jukebox might not feel love because she feel like nobody don't never want her around. It could be possibly what her father has been telling her, that nobody will never want her around. I think it's the seed that the parent planted in her ear. That's why Jukebox feel that way. And they both sitting down on a bench. Even though Jukebox, it might be a lesbian, but I don't think Jukebox actually had any relations with a girl yet. And the white girl tries to kiss her. And Jukebox actually pulls back. And the white girl is noted that she is shaking. She like, you shaking? She's like, I get it. Yeah. The white girl takes Jukebox by the hand and they just holding each other hand at this point. We on Southern Boulevard and 140th Street. And Kanan is standing behind the corner with his boys. And D-Wiz have a weapon and Kanan has a weapon. And the other three boys don't have nothing. And Sean is like, I'm not going to go because what the hell I'm going to do if they have a weapon. And Kanan is shaking. So, Buck 20 and his crew is actually standing and said, what you want, Kanan? And then D-Wiz and Kanan is actually ringing out shots at them. And I'm like, D-Buck and his crew are on the corner with no weapons. So they was not able to protect themselves against Kanan and D-Wiz. And I'm like, this is what people doing. People is on the corner without protection? Okay, that's crazy. That's very crazy. You would think because you in this game, you will always have protection on you. But I guess not. And they both run. Who shot at $120? They don't know who did it. So, Shaw had like 5-0 coming. That's 5-0 right there. They coming. Now it is 5-0 though. 5-0 is always coming. Raq is actually on a date with the bartender. And I said, the bartender is actually a smart man. And I said, there's nothing like a smart man that could teach you something in life that is positive and constructive in life. And she says she is in a specific line of work. And the bartender says, I'm probably not the typical guy that you would normally date. And he says that if your work is good for you, it's good enough for me. So, to me, the bartender is smart and he has an understanding. Okay? So, the bartender actually talks about urban planning. And he talks about Robert Moses, who developed a lot of architect in NYC, Westchester, Long Island, and other places. Okay? And he gives an understanding of urban planning and why is it important. Because Robert Moses built an infrastructure of a parkway that threw 5,000 people out their homes. And if he would have built the expressway along Corona Park, only 50 families would have been lost of homes. He said this is why urban planning is important, because it meets policy and design. So, Raq brother actually comes in and mentioned Kanan. When she heard Kanan name, she like, yo, I gotta go. Thank you for the date. I gotta bounce, like, right now. So, they get back at the house, and the family is arguing. Raq asks Kanan, what did you do? Kanan thought he was being a man and thought he was handling things because he thought he was protecting his mother. And Raq was like, I had a handle on it. I handled it. He said, I gave them this spot. You killed a man that I gave permission to be on that block for. Wow, that's crazy. And I understand how people is fighting over blocks and stuff, and ain't nobody got no deeds to none of these blocks. I like, a block cannot be your property if you ain't got no deed to it, period, at the end of the day. And Ken want to know, why did you give the block to them? And Marvin is like, that's a good question. And Raq is not having it. She tells her brother to shut up. He like, the past has shown you was not fit to lead this organization. So, I think you need to quit while you're ahead. And let her deal with her son. Okay? Ken is upset when he hearing about what his mother is saying. He like, if you want me to go to a better school, you could have sent me to my grandmother, but you didn't. They have better school systems where she lived. But you wanted me to be close to you for a reason. Raq tells him to go to his room. And Kanan is becoming in his teenage self, saying, no, I'm grown. I said, oh, no, he didn't. I said, oh, no, he didn't. Boop, I would have been ducking down. I like, Chad, what you would have did if you tell your kid to go to their room and they saying no, they grown. Chad, I cannot. That really took me out. But a lot of kids do that as they get teenagers. They be like, I'm grown. When they teenagers, they feel like they grown, honey. Okay? Chad, I cannot. She was like, you don't tell me what your future is. I am your mother. I tell you what your future is. Now, go to your room. So Lulu take Kanan to his room. Kanan is crying, and Lulu actually takes the shirt and burns the shirt like they did in Power, what Tasha did with Tariq. Marvin is in Raq's ear, and Raq is nervous because he's telling her, you know, Nick is gonna hit back. And he said ain't no escalator, ain't no school, and ain't no mama gonna stop them from coming for her son. Kanan is really bugging out in the room. You have Raq sitting at the table, just contemplating and thinking. And Kanan comes downstairs to actually talk to his mom, and his mom don't really want to hear it. She like, it's not the time to talk to me right now. Give me some time. And she tells him to take out the garbage. And she tells Kanan that you're right. I will be sending you to your grandmother's. So Kanan goes, takes out the garbage. And somebody yells, Kanan. And then a whole bunch of rounds goes off. Kanan ducks down behind the garbage can. I said God was looking after Kanan, okay? Because the mother comes out and she was not playing. She was busting off some rounds, okay? But she didn't get them at all. And Raq went to go see about her son. And Kanan was not hit at all. None of those rounds hit him. And I said, I know that was nothing but the grace of God looking after him. Child, I cannot. So the cops arrive, and then you have Malcolm Howard, the top dog notch cop. Malcolm arrived on the scene. He knows there's a bounty on Kanan and his friend's head. Raq is like, I don't know what you're talking about. The block got the story wrong, and they messed up the wrong house. And Malcolm's like, you sticking to that story? Sure is. And he like, and Raq was like, you don't got nothing to say to my son. My son ain't got nothing to say to you. So this is the final meeting. Nick and Raq is at the park. Everybody got their crew. Nick is mad. He said we ain't gonna let up until we get the justice that we need for $120. So the deal they originally made is off the table and is a new deal. Nick is not playing no games with Raq. He like, I'm taking all the blocks. There is no splitting. There is no compromise no more. Everything belongs to him. Raq actually gives him money for $120. He like, you think this is gonna make peace with the crew that's trying to get at your side? You think this is gonna make peace by giving me some money? People want blood. He like, when things go wrong in his organization, people is coming to him asking him questions that he do not want. Okay, people gonna want to know why things are not being handled, and he is not responsible for other people, strangers coming for her son. $120 is well known in South Jamaica, and people is gonna want to handle things themselves. And she reminds him Kanan is not to be touched. Nick reminds her that this industry is not made for females because you cannot have love for nobody in this industry or anything because it will cost you your business. He like, distractions make you weak and they make you blink. Do you believe that's true, that you can't show no love in this business because you will get caught up and it will be your downfall? Raq reminds him that because you don't care about your son Jerome, does that mean I don't have to care about my son? And Nick makes it clear that Jerome and him do not share a connection like Raq and Kanan shares. Raq actually into Kanan's room, and I'm thinking she was gonna kill her son. I really did. I thought she was gonna kill Kanan, but actually she tells Kanan to get dressed. They go for a drive. I'm thinking she taking Kanan to his grandmother's house, and he thought so too. But actually, Raq actually takes Kanan to the field and explain what the 3 stars are. And she said that is Orion, means hunter. She said that is us. We are Orion. We are the hunter. We don't get hunted. Raq actually has Kanan shoot 1 round into the field. It says that bullet is out there. Now it's circling with your name on it. That means whatever you put into the universe, that's what you're going to get back to you. That's what it means to me. I don't know what it means to you. Raq and Kanan, mother and son, are both shooting into the field. And it looks like Kanan is fulfilling his destiny. He is stepping into the shoes what he have designed and all along knew in his heart what he wanted to be is in the streets, in the game. In my opinion, I actually like Power 3, Raising Kanan, Better Than Power, Book 2. They did us wrong. First of all, I feel like they did it backwards. I feel like the Power Book series should have been first, then gave us Power. To me, Power is like an artwork, like Picasso. And like, the series do not get better than Power. And I feel like the actors and actresses did an amazing job on this show. Everybody did an amazing job acting. And it was phenomenal. And if you want to survive in this world, you got to have prayer into your equation. If not, you're going to fall by the wayside. If you hate me, if you hate my review, leave the hate that you give in the comment box. Thank you for listening and thank you for watching.